Welcome to Sculpting Your Pokemon Design. We're going to begin by making a skeleton armature for your sculpture, and this basically provides a skeleton that you can put the clay around and start getting it ready to fit together. So what I'm doing here is I am taking a pencil and I'm making a hole inside the foil body to start to put on the arms and legs. Well, not even really arms and legs, but like vines. It'll make a lot more sense later. But I'm making little holes to put in what could be arms or legs, but in my case, it's gonna be vines. So here I am fitting them together. And if it falls out, don't worry about it falling out right now. We just wanna make sure that they fit inside because it's going to be the clay that acts like a glue and holds everything together. Speaking of clay, let's get started on some clay now. We gotta get it softened up and ready. Once we get all our foil in the right shape, this clay is gonna end up being kind of soft, but it'll be hard at the beginning. So you gotta squeeze it, mash it up into a real thin skin. And mash it up as thin as you can get it without it tearing on your foil armature, and just kind of wrapping it around there. And the more you squeeze on the clay, the softer it gets as it starts to warm up a little bit. So just put on a thin skin of clay around the foil, and if you use too much, you're going to run out. But if you use the right amount, you should be able to get a pretty good sized sculpture, as I'm going to show you here with the final result. Just take your thumbs and your fingers, just push that clay around. If you end up pushing too much, you end up with a space, just add more clay onto it. Try to get really good coverage. What I'm doing here is I'm going to leave the holes uncovered because I'm going to be covering them later as I put the clay on top of the tentacles that I'm putting on the body. All right, now, the body that I'm making, I want it to be I want it to look like a stone, like a rock. So I'm taking this ruler here and I'm cutting in some straight lines, trying to make the body look more stone-like, more rock-like. I want to add some texture. When you do sculpture, everything doesn't have to be super smooth and pretty like glass. It can be kind of rough. I knew a man who did a sculpture. I did wood sculpture, and he would hit his sculpture with chains to get this texture on there. And there we go with texture. So I'm looking for right there. I want it to look just like rock by the time I'm done. Hopefully that'll be the case. You'll be the judge of that. I'm going to keep working on using different tools. I use a ruler, I use a pencil. All the tools we're going to use are going to be what you have at the house. Now, here I am taking some clay off one of the tentacles because I had too much. And I can just seal that right back up. And I can use that clay somewhere else because I wanted to use the exact amount that you have in your kit just to kind of work under the same circumstances that you're doing. So took some of that clay off of there to use it somewhere else and just mashing the clay on the tentacle back together, and I indeed had too much on there. That's fine. You may discover that that's the case. You may need some clay somewhere else, and you got to figure out where it's going to be. Find on those parts where you put a little too much clay on one of the arms or legs or heads. Here are all my foil pieces wrapped in clay and ready for the next step. The next step is playing with the clay a little bit. Now, you see I have a Sharpie pen here, and I want to just kind of experiment with what kind of expressions I can get, what kind of texture I can get, what kind of eyes, what kind of mouth I can get with these different pens, different markers, different things. I don't even know what they are, but here's a Sharpie marker. I'm going to poke that right into the clay, and it prints really cool looking, almost like robot eyes. But you can use all kinds of things. Look around the house and see what kind of pens and markers, and try them on both sides like I'm doing here. You know, each side of that marker made two distinct shapes. I don't even know what this is, but this is what I end up using for the eyes on my sculpture. Pretty cool looking. Just experiment. You may not like what happens, but nonetheless, you'll never know unless you try. So see what these different things you find around the house. Get permission first, of course. See what they do. See what kind of prints they make onto the clay. Will they make fur? Will they make good scales? But in working with my original Pokemon design, I wanted to do something different. So there's the face I'm looking for right there. I'm going to be working on that tiger face. I finally got a pretty good shape, and I'm working with just a regular old pen that you might have at school, something you can buy from H-E-B. If you don't have this pen, don't worry about it. Find something else. So I'm right now just experimenting with the eyes on my character. It's going to take a lot of work to get that tiger face on there. So here I am. I'm going to try to mash into the clay, cut into it. There's another pen top I got. So I'm cutting into the mouth to kind of get a space open so I can actually see inside the mouth of this tiger face. Not very good. Not very good at all. So I'm going to add some clay. So I'm adding clay, and it's making a very good duck. So it's trial and error. Yeah, that's terrible, but that's okay. It's okay. So I'm going to keep messing with it. If it doesn't come out as planned, that's perfectly fine. Sometimes you may end up with results you don't expect, and it may be even better than what you wanted in the first place. So give yourself a break. And the key is just keep working, keep working, keep working. Okay, so now I've got something a little more interesting, and I did use that little gray piece of plastic to get those eyes in there. Now I'm going to go back with my pen top. I'm going to start scratching in some fur. What fur? I don't know. But anyway, there's some fur. And I'm printing onto the clay with the edge of that pen top. So look around for things. You could even use Legos to see what kind of texture you can get on your sculpture. Anything that'll make a mark on clay repeatedly will give you something interesting. Now, here's the tricky part. Got to be the dentist. I'm putting some clay on a little tiny piece of foil. I'm going to try, with my gigantic hands, to put this tooth into the mouth of my... No, that doesn't work. No. He says no. No. So I'm going to pull this tooth back out, and we're going to try it again. Try it again. So you think it's easy for all those grown-up artists. It's not. We're always making mistakes. So I'm going to put that tooth back in there. No, it's not working. Key is, like I said, don't give up. Now I'm going to go back in and drill. All right, my same hotel pen, made a bigger space, and that tooth's going in. Oh yeah, much better. There we go. Yes? And make sure I have those two pieces of clay joined together. I'm going to make sure that tooth and the top of the mouth blended together so that tooth does not fall out. All right, so now let's start putting some of these pieces together. I'm going to take these two pieces, the body and one of the tentacles, and put it into the holes that I've made. Now I'm going to use some clay. I'm going to seal that shut and then blend that clay together. Pen tops, something simple. You don't have to buy an expensive set of clay tools. Just use stuff that you have laying around the house. It works fine. I'm going to blend those three pieces of clay together so I can join I think I'm using the tail to the body, and make sure it's secure so it doesn't fall apart in the oven. Which things do fall apart in the oven, but that's not a big deal because we can fix things. We're artists. That's what we do. We fix and create and work with the unexpected. But make sure you get a little piece and just join that together. And it's going to be wobbly until you bake it. It's going to move. Your character is not going to stand up. Even though, look, I got 4 legs on there. I still didn't even try to make it stand up. Because the clay is still soft, it's not going to support the weight. So don't worry about that. No, that'll come later. If it doesn't stand up, don't worry about that. At the end, there's always all kinds of tricks you can use. So now I'm going to use a pencil, and I'm going to start smoothing some of the clay together, as I did before with the pen top. I can have that pencil just roll right on top of that clay and kind of just blend that clay right into the body. And again, if I let it sit too long, all those legs would fall out and have to do it all over again. That's just how the clay works, and that's okay. It's not until you bake it that things become solid and a little bit more predictable. But this stuff just kind of falls apart sometimes, and that's okay. Just put it back together again. There we go. Now the head. So I stuck a hole in the body, got another piece of foil. Once I figured out where the head to go, I need a hole in the back of the head. Just not pushing real hard because I don't want to stick myself with the pencil. I'm just kind of turning the pencil back and forth like a drill. Okay, there we go. There we go. Starting to look like something. All right, time for the oven. So you'll see I have some foil there between the two legs there, so the legs stay farther apart. Just pieces of foil just balled up. Another one by the tail to keep that propped up. Otherwise, it may just get mushed together. So you can use foil. Foil does all kinds of stuff. I need it at 275. There we go. 275 degrees. Get some help with this. This should be grown-up stuff right here. Don't be messing with the oven without permission. 275 degrees, and don't forget to push start, and it's on. So what I'm gonna do, 275 for 30 minutes, and look, it came out nice and baked. Make sure you set your timer, don't forget it. 275 for 30 minutes. And this is for sculpture, it's not for cups or bowls. All right, now we're gonna start some painting. Start with a very, very, very light application of black on the body. I wanna work on the big stuff first and the little stuff for later. The eyes go last. I want the big stuff. So I did all my rock parts, the rock tail and the rock body. All right, now I wanted some green for the legs and arms, but I started with yellow to make it much brighter. Got a darker green at the bottom of the tentacle of the vine and lighter green at the top. You see the yellow coming through where I used less green. I want that yellow to really show through. Look at that texture on there. All right, finally the face. I started with yellow again, laid it with orange, and went back in with black and white and a little bit of magenta inside the ears. Not bad, not bad. And he stands by himself, but if he didn't, I'd hot glue him to some cardboard, a square of cardboard, and he'd stand forever and ever until I knocked him over. All right, hope it went well for you. If not, there's always super glue. I use it a lot. Take care.